Is my new therapist behavior normal? Today, I, 26 male, saw a therapist for the first time and I had a strange experience. Last week, I intentionally ended a 1.5-year long dysfunctional relationship with someone who used to be a close and dear friend. This was the topic of the session. When recounting a fairly condensed version of the story to the therapist, she frequently interrupted me in an angry tone with judgments about the relationship. You let her walk all over you. You have no self-esteem. After my story, we moved on to the topic of next steps. She told me I should never speak to my ex again and that I did not owe her an explanation for the recent breakup. It's not like you're a couple that's been married for years. I've recently started a tech job, which has long hours but a high salary. She told me that the company I work for eats people up and spits them out, and she was going to help me find a new job. However, she didn't ask me how I felt and whether I wanted to quit my new high-paying job. The whole session was like this. I'm open to the idea that some tough love could be good for me, and I don't want to give up if this is going to help me. However, the experience was very jarring. I want to know whether my therapist's behavior is within the bounds of some normal type of therapy or if this woman is just crazy. I'm willing to put in the hard work if necessary, but I don't want to waste my time if I'm just dealing with some over-the-hill crank. Not that this should matter, but here are some details about the therapist. She's fairly old, probably in her 60s, early 60s. She speaks with a regional accent, which is not common among professionals here in Boston. She's overweight. Her university credentials are not great. She's a bit of a long talker. She seems stern, but I must say also very compassionate. Any advice would be great. Thanks. Hey, so this is Mr. Adam Ayala, your modern psychoanalytical relationship specialist. So when I was reading through your post here, I got why this person felt fairly odd. So when she made interpretations that when she said you let her walk all over you, you have no self-esteem, it sounded like you've been couples for years. So yeah, that can fall under the tough love, but that's something a therapist, psychotherapist, or analyst, you're in Boston, which is where I practice a couple of days a week. There's a lot of psychoanalysts and psychotherapists, and Boston and LA or in New York are the big hubs for them. So if you're finding someone who is a psychoanalyst, a psychotherapist, or they're a student in one of the psychoanalytically inclined or the psychotherapist inclined institutions, they were using good technique in a way that they shouldn't. I mean, this is your first or second session with them. They shouldn't be saying things like that. It's not useful. And she was just talking over you. Like you said, she didn't ask you how you felt. So this is a bad experience with someone that, if she's in her early 60s, I mean, you would imagine that she's well seasoned, right? There's some people who in their early 60s who are just starting off as psychotherapists or therapists in the Boston area too, but that's not as likely. So your question, if this is something wrong, yeah. What I would recommend to do is to go and talk to your therapist, bring this up, like what was this about? And then see what she has to say about it. And just let her know, like this wasn't working. If this is how you work, just let me know. And can you refer me out if at the end of the session you're just like, this is just not working out. And that's something she should be okay with and you should be okay with, finding someone else. If you're feeling you can't find someone else, you're not sure, or this experience has really put you off, just contact me. I'm in Boston a couple of days a week, but I can help you find someone else. You just contact me. There's no charge or anything like that. I'll help you find someone in the Boston area. I know many therapists and many psychoanalysts around there, ranging from different fees, different experiences, and different specialties. So just let me know. So yeah, this is strange. This is not right. Even for Boston, where things could be a little kooky, this wasn't normal. But the first thing is to talk to your therapist about it. Let her know the problems and see how she reacts. If she reacts in another way that just gets jarring and is not helpful, ask her for a referral, or like I said, contact me and I'll help you find someone in the Boston area. All right. I hope that helped, and I hope that gets better for you.